The colonization of the Americas wasn't a single event, it was a centuries-long clash that rewrote history. Before Europeans arrived, the Americas were home to thriving civilizations. Aztecs, vast city of Tenochtitlan, temples and markets. Incas, terraced farms and the city of Cusco. Countless indigenous nations across continents, diverse cultures and languages. Then came the explorers from across Europe. Vikings made a quick stop around 1000 AD. In 1492, Columbus opened the floodgates for Spain. Spanish conquistadors swept across the Americas claiming territory. They overthrew the Aztecs in brutal campaigns. They overthrew the Incas across the Andes. They seized gold, vaults, and sacred objects. They claimed land to expand imperial control. They seized power, imposing new governments. Missionaries aimed to convert indigenous peoples to Christianity. The French arrived next along North America's coasts. They forged fur trade empires centered on beaver pelts. They formed alliances with native tribes for trade and war. The English set up colonies along the eastern seaboard. Jamestown established 1607. Tobacco economy rapidly grew. Plymouth Pilgrims arrived on the Mayflower in 1620. English colonies expanded fast across the continent. They clashed repeatedly with indigenous peoples over land. They also fought rival European powers for territory. Over in Brazil, Portugal built a sugar empire. It was fueled by enslaved African labor on plantations. European diseases swept through indigenous populations with deadly effect. War and violence devastated indigenous communities across regions. Forced assimilation stole languages and cultures from indigenous peoples, but resistance never stopped across generations. Pueblo Revolt of 1680, indigenous uprising in New Mexico, King Philip's War in New England 1675, 1676. The Columbian Exchange transformed diets across continents and ecosystems, but the legacy of colonization still shapes our world today. History's messy, but it matters for our present. We're still living with its consequences.